di Filo di dare il benvenuto alla Cotton Egypt Association, che abbiamo qui con noi in fiera anche con il proprio stand. Diamo loro il benvenuto, diamo il benvenuto a Piera Solinas di Filmar. Il titolo del talk è estremamente chiaro: tracciabilità e sostenibilità del cotone egiziano. Io non rubo altro tempo e lascio il palco ai due relatori. Prego, grazie mille.
Funziona. Vado? Sembra un po' strano, ma devo parlare in inglese perché we have here Khaled from the Cotton Egypt Association, who does not speak Italian, so we decided to have this presentation in English. So the title, as the colleague before said, is Sustainability and Traceability of Egyptian Cotton. So we prepared a presentation about a project that Filmar, who is an Italian spinner, prepared, and is about a pilot project on ID cards on cotton yarns. And in particular, we are getting ready to respond to all the legislation that is coming up from the EU and from other, of course, international settings such as New York State and California State, that is requesting full traceability and transparency of all the value chain and products that go into yarns. So in particular, we did some pilots and we worked on Egyptian cottons. Of course, I guess all of you know that the digital product passport is meant to provide comprehensive and easily accessible digital information about products, in particular yarns, to value chain partners, to customers, and eventually to final consumers. What are the building blocks of this work? That is not easy at all, because you can imagine normally the cotton value chains are wide because cotton is cultivated in a country and then maybe is spun in another country and is finished and dyed in another country again. So the traceability is not easy, and even the transparency of the supply chain partners is not easy. So what are the building blocks of the digital product passport? So the first thing is, of course, the data collection. The data collection is related to various points of the product life where we collected the data about the material used, the cotton used, the chemicals, the manufacturing processes that are that are used to produce the product, energy and water consumption, and eventually the measuring on the environmental impact. Then we have another step, another block that is related to the data analysis. In particular, the raw data is analyzed to be connected to the individual product information. Then we have a part, of course, of supply chain data and traceability. So the data is collected from external suppliers. Then you have the part of, representing digitally the information. So the information is represented in a digital format, that is attached to the product itself. Then there is the point of accessibility, where the customers or our clients or other stakeholders can access to the information collected. Normally, is done with, we did it with a QR code. Then, of course, there is the fact that we want to track the whole life cycle of the product, and we are working to make the digital product passport updatable so that it is not still but can be changed and updated according to the changes in the value chain. This is the result, is just a mock-up of the digital product passport of a yarn, which is a 60 by 2 count, and that is made in Egypt, and that is made by different suppliers. What we measured is the impact related to the CO2 emissions, the global warming potential. We measure the water used according, of course, to the availability at the local level where we operate, and also the land used is measured according to location-specific indicators. But who are our partners? Of course, we couldn't do this alone. We did it at Filmar, in this case with primary data, because Filmar has a plant in Egypt where a spinning mill and a dyeing mill is operated. But of course, we needed partners for all the management of this data. We worked with a sustainable brand platform. There are some colleagues here among us. And the Sustainable Brand Platform, if there are questions, they will answer directly to you, automates the data processing and organization and gives the companies access to the real-time sustainability performances and ensures calculation accuracy and creates a collaborative data ecosystem. Together we have set a goal with them. We established the methodology for the data collection, and they did for us the impact calculation, and they calculated also the environmental impact. So that's it. Now, I explained how we calculated the impact for a product, which is a cotton yarn made with Egyptian cotton. So I will give now the floor to Mr. Khaled so that he will show you how Egypt as a country has helped us to collect all this data. Khaled, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Piera. Good evening. I'm Khaled Schuman, Executive Director of Cotton Egypt Association. I'm happy, of course, to be with you today. It's an honor. I will give you an idea about what we are doing in Cotton Egypt Association regarding the traceability and authenticity verification. Cotton Egypt Association is an NGO that is established in 2005 by the Ministry of Trade and Industry and Al-Qotexa, who are the owners of the Egyptian cotton logo, in order to manage the licensing of the Egyptian cotton logo, which is owned by the Ministry of Trade and Industry and Al-Qotexa. Our vision is globally authenticating the legacy of Egyptian cotton, and our mission is to protect and promote the value added of the Egyptian cotton throughout the supply chain end to end. We are responsible also for the promotion and protection of the Egyptian cotton. So our activities are marketing, site protection, and logo licensing, but today we'll talk more about the traceability. For the traceability, we have an organization in Egypt that is the CATGO, Cotton Arbitration Testing General Organization, and this organization is monitoring all the ginning mills that are operating in Egypt. And they make the verification and the traceability, and on each bale there is a marking of the bale number and all the information. And recently there is a new bale identifier for the traceability that has been introduced. With the barcode of the bale, we can get all the information like the cotton variety, name of the cotton ginnery and location, the lot number, the number of bales, bale number, CATGO lot number, cotton grade, and also the date of gin and the HVI data. And also by knowing the lot number, we can, on the website of CADGO, by inputting the lot number, we can get all the relevant information. CADGO is monitoring also all the ginning mills in Egypt and assures that all exports from Egypt are for Egyptian cotton only, together with the Ministry of Agriculture. They make inspection and classification of the Egyptian cotton in the collection centers, and they make inspection for the seed in the ginning mills, and they control the technical process of the lead production. So the whole ginning process is supervised by CADGO glassers and the ginning mill glassers and the Ministry of Agriculture. As we said, every bale is marked with CADGO lot number, and they also withdrew sample from 10% for moisture calculation and HVI inspection. So CADGO is responsible from the agriculture till we have the bale produced and packaged in the ginning mill. From this point, we start our work as Cotton Egypt Association. We have partnered with Bureau Veritas for the traceability throughout the supply chain. And this was done through a coding system that enables us to trace the Egyptian cotton content throughout the whole supply chain. So we're having a bale from the bale number, we have the lot number, and this is linked to the spinning. So from the spinning, we can get the bale number, and for the weaving, dyeing, cutting, packaging, till the final product. And if we have any packaged product, we can go back forward till we get the CADGO lot number, and then we get all the information about the bale. This is, for example, a production of a fabric in a factory, and we have here a code, and this code, we will go back with the code to have the order for the dyeing, and then the yarn, and so on. Same also for any sales order for traceability. We can track all the information from any point back to the first point or the last point. Spinning, weaving, all the supply chain. Besides promotion and protection, we had an efficient role in the sustainability, and we are proud that with the introduction of UK retailers, we have managed to introduce the better cotton to Egypt, and also Cotton Connect. And we partnered with, because of the increasing demand for sustainability, we have partnered with UNIDO. We have partnered in UNIDO, working in the sustainability project, because at that time they were working in the Egyptian cotton project. And in 2020, this was the beginning of the BCI cotton in Egypt. This was a big cooperation, of course, between support of the ministries and UNIDO, and also partners from the private sector. And then this was the beginning of the Egyptian cotton BCI in Egypt. The aim, of course, is known as reducing pesticides and water consumption and adapt to climate change. And so we celebrated this event in Egypt in 2020 with a lot of retailers from the UK and from the US, and a lot of brands. We had a lot of brands with the help and of Filmar also. They have all their brands that came, and we had Macy's, Bed Bath Beyond, and the top manufacturers in all over the world. Few weeks ago, we have signed a partnership with BCI. So Cotton Egypt is now the strategic partner with BCI. Our aim, of course, is to contribute more to the long-term sustainability of the Egyptian cotton. Where do we stand now as the numbers? We started the program during the COVID, but in spite of this, still we managed that the program continued. So in 2020, we had 2 implementing partners and 1,600 licensees. Currently, we're having 3 implementing partners and 13,000 farmers and 5,000 under verification. There was a perception study that I would like to share very quickly about the cotton generally, and this study was performed by PBM, which is a sister company of Home Textile Today magazine. And this research was, the aim was to know the perception of the consumer about the generally about the cotton generally and about the products that are made of cotton. We had, this was done in the US. The remarks showed very obviously that Egyptian cotton is by far the most perceived cotton in the world. We're talking about 95%. All the numbers are very promising. This is quality preferences, how people look for the quality. It showed that the softness, durability, price value, and also when people were asked what is the cotton that you are willing to pay a premium, the Egyptian cotton was 61%. Also for bedsheet towels and so on. All this to say, this is why we need the verification, why we need authenticity, why we need traceability, and why we need protection. So we have done several steps to protect the legacy of the Egyptian cotton, which is our vision. So this was done, of course, through the traceability with total transparency, partnering with Bureau Veritas, the manufacturing coding system, the advised and unadvised audit, the quantity monitoring quarterly for the licensees, and so the whole supply chain became accredited till the product is on the retailer shelves. And also we are taking samples from the retailers and make the DNA testing. This is beside, of course, the awareness campaigns that we have done with most of the retailers over the world. And we got their, these are official testimonials from John Lewis, Dunelm, the White Company, showing how they trust the traceability system and how they insist that all their suppliers for any product made of Egyptian cotton, that it has to bear the Egyptian cotton logo, because this means that the product has been verified throughout the whole supply chain. So our work is to give to the consumer a brand that you can trust, and I will share with you a very small video about all what we have said.
At Cotton Egypt Association, we protect, promote, and authenticate the legacy of Egyptian cotton, the most recognized for its high quality among consumers globally. With an exclusive partnership with Bureau Veritas, we preserve the authenticity of Egyptian cotton products. Our licensing program adopts traceability with total transparency, along with DNA testing to guarantee 100% Egyptian cotton merchandise. Leading retailers around the world insist that their manufacturers get accredited by CEA to guarantee the authenticity of Egyptian cotton products. As part of our sustainability efforts, we partnered with UNIDO in the Better Cotton program in Egypt. In our international enterprise, we participate in leading textile exhibitions and conferences around the world. The Egyptian cotton trademark is jointly owned by the Egyptian Ministry of Trade and Industry and the Alexandria Cotton Exporters Association, Alcotexa. Get in contact with us today for more information about our licensees and accreditation program.
Grazie Khaled. Grazie mille. I don't know if non so se ci sono domande da parte di qualcuno su ciò che vi abbiamo condiviso con voi. No? Va bene. Allora, grazie. Sì.
No, per te. Ciao a tutti, sono Andrea di Sustainable Brand Platform, quindi la soluzione che è stata scelta da Filmar per il progetto che abbiamo visto presentato poco fa da Piera. Quali sono le principali ragioni per cui avete deciso di intraprendere questo percorso al di là del Digital Product Passport, e soprattutto come pensi che per Filmar possano davvero portare valore anche nel medio-lungo termine?
Dunque, in realtà ci sono stati dei drive sia interni all'azienda che esterni. Quelli interni sono stati appunto di discussione su quello che è la necessità di sapere esattamente quello che si fa, esattamente quanto si spende per farlo, conoscere esattamente le filiere, che sono anche un sistema di mitigazione del rischio, come dire, no? Dunque conosco le mie filiere, so chi mi dà il prodotto, so come viene fatto, per cui mitigo anche il rischio di avere delle brutte sorprese, così come è successo per esempio durante il periodo del Covid, che le filiere sono state interrotte, già ha avuto problemi chi le conosceva, immaginiamoci chi non le conosceva. Dunque dei drive sicuramente di carattere interno e poi tantissimi di carattere esterno all'azienda, tipo la richiesta dei consumatori di prodotti sempre più responsabili, trasparenti e tracciabili, e poi la legislazione. Ormai abbiamo una legislazione che sta per diventare appunto obbligatoria sia a livello europeo che a livello di tanti altri stati, come per esempio gli Stati Uniti, eccetera, che ci chiede la tracciabilità estrema, diciamo, dalla fattoria al prodotto finito, e anche la trasparenza di tutto quello che si è fatto e dei capitolati chimici che sono stati usati, per cui è una necessità di mercato. Dunque queste sono state sostanzialmente le motivazioni che ci hanno spinto a farlo. Domande per Khaled?
Hi Khaled. My question is about the traceability tool that you use. How do you link your data with the brand needs, and how do you pass this data and the whole information to your customers, so retailer and brands?
Currently, most retailers are very interested about knowing where their cotton is planted. So I don't want to give names, but it is normal that the retailer now knows who is making the spinning. All the processes is worked. So and the feedback was very people were very happy from especially when the new bale identifier was produced, because our work starts from the bale number till the final product. This can easily be traced if we have the final product. We can go back to the bale number, but going down, it was not easy before the bale identifier. Now we can know more information. Yeah, and I think that for the future we may come into, but this of course needs special programs. It is possible that we have a product with going back to the farm level. This was not possible before. Thank you.
Grazie.